and frequent urination go together. Unexplained weight loss happens because with diabetes you become very inefficient in how you metabolize your sugar because it can't get into your cells. You get tired for that reason also because you don't have any energy. And finally you get frequent infections because the sugar gloms on to your immune cells so they can't protect you against bacteria and viruses. Make sense, everybody?
Yes.
The 5 basic symptoms, please write them down. Very easy to diagnose yourself if you can keep track of that. All right, Bob's got a plan for reversing diabetes, which takes 12 weeks. That's important. We like to put numbers on our plan so people can be accountable and follow through. So Pam, Ann, and Jared, you're going to be on this 12-week program. Food first. Let's start over here with breakfast.
Sure. First off, just breakfast is something that many Americans skip. That's not the meal you want to skip, especially someone that has diabetes or pre-diabetes. So we use a breakfast here. This is a steel-cut oat.
Yeah, I want you guys to taste this. Have you had steel-cut oats before?
No.
And while you're doing that, I hope passes muster. What do you guys think?
It's good.
Is it good? You want another bite?
No. It's good though.
Yeah, let me show you one other thing. So I've got some sugar cubes here, right? When you have sugar for breakfast, what's happening is all the sugar floats into your bloodstream and it rolls around there. So what I want you to do is to bind that with sugar and the oatmeal. So that when you eat oatmeal, you're actually keeping the sugar inside your intestinal system. It can't run off and run amok in your bloodstream. Make sense? All right, second, lunch, what do we got here?
This is actually a white bean chili. And beans really are a superfood. I think everybody, in fact, that's a really good point, that in the book, Guide to Managing Diabetes and Pre-Diabetes, I make the point, this is how we really want everyone to eat, whether you have this condition or not. It's really the ideal diet for everyone. Beans should be part of your way of eating twice a week. And it's comfort food, paired with a whole grain, go away. There's no reason these days to have white bread. The choices, it's not like even 5 years ago where you didn't have choices. Great whole grain in just about every supermarket.
It tastes better when you're fed the food. Now, one other thing, by the way, you can put a little cinnamon on beans. In fact, you can use cinnamon in a lot of your foods, the oatmeal as well. Cinnamon helps your liver metabolize sugar. So it's one of those inside little tricks you might want to add to your diet because it'll help the liver do what it needs to do, which is get rid of some of the extra sugar if you have diabetes. Okay, Bob, dinner. What do you do?
Another tip, which is, I love those little tips. Vinegar, same thing. It lowers the glycemic index of foods. So even on beans, sprinkle a little vinegar. That will have the same effect. This is a scallop leek dish, and it's also has turkey bacon, and it's over pasta. Well, a lot of people think, oh, I can't have pasta. You can have pasta. Pasta is lower on the glycemic index, but it's even better. This, for example, is a Barilla whole grain. Look for a whole grain, whole wheat, or multi-grain pasta because, again, lower on the index and higher nutrition profile.
So, breakfast, lunch, dinner, easy to do. Now, second part of the program, moving away from food, is exercise. So Pam, come over here a little bit. Oh, hop over here. There we are.
Wait a minute.
Hop up there. There we are. All right, now, Bob, talk to me about walking. I always try to push people to walk, and we talk about pedometers and all, but you got a little different philosophy about walking.
I really do. One thing we know is intensity. So many times people say, oh, you need to burn fat, you need to work out at low intensities. Anybody heard that?
Yeah.
That's because you burn fat at that, but it's irrelevant. I want people, whether they have diabetes, pre-diabetes, or everyone, to push a little harder because all the great changes don't happen with low level of exercise. And why I love the treadmill, just about everyone that walks outside on the flat, after about 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, that's not going to do it anymore. You're starting to drop weight, you need more challenge, and the hill is an ideal way to do that.
So I put you on a little bit of an incline, and you notice at the very beginning, Pam was very comfortable, could have had an easy conversation, and I'm hoping by the time we're done, get a little bit more winded, and that's actually the goal, right? You want to be able to talk, but not be comfortable talking.
That's a great way to say it.
All right, so while you keep walking, we'll do this last little bit. This is the final bit of the program. Remember, we're doing it for 12 weeks. Bob, give it to me.
Sure. In fact,
you want me to do this?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, and elected me. I missed the meeting, and I missed here. You hold these for me.
People all the time think that, okay, I did my treadmill, that's it. That's exercise. There are two distinct types of exercise. There's the strength training, also important equally. It's going to maintain your metabolism, really important, cut belly fat as well. And The first thing you want to train is the abdomen. It's a perfect one. You want to put that chin up towards the ceiling. By the way, all these exercises are at thebestlife.com and your site as well. We're going to put up this whole program online.
So why is strength training so important overall?
Strength training is important because as we age, we lose our metabolism and we lose muscle mass and we lose bone mineral. And strength training is the #1 way we reduce the effects of age. Almost eliminate them. So it's the #1 way.
Pam, you okay back there?
I just wondered if y'all forgot me.
She's out of breath. Listen, you can go to DrOz.com for today's recipes and then check out Bob's 12-week fitness program. Now, while you're there, sign up for the Dr. Oz Know Your Numbers Challenge. Everybody in this audience is getting a copy of Bob's new book, The Best Life Guide to Managing Diabetes. Thank you very much. To Pam and Ann, thanks very much. They're going home with these glucose meters I showed you earlier. And 12 weeks from now, we're going to follow up with Pam and Ann and Jared, who you recall was the one I sent to the ER before the break. Here's the question. I want to check in 12 weeks to see whether or not, as we think, that we can actually reverse the effects of diabetes with a 12-week lifestyle plan using food and exercise tips like I'm showing you today. I think we can. We're going to prove it. Bob, thanks, buddy.
Hey, great to be here.
Nice job. And I'd like to thank all the volunteers for making our first Dr. Oz Know Your Numbers screening such a great success, especially the American Diabetes Association, New York's North General Hospital, and Health Corps.